By the middle of the 19th century, the eastern rail route from London to Edinburgh was well established, with our Newcastle to Berwick section run by the North Eastern Railway, or NER, and they did not want to share their line with other companies. So, was there another route north from Newcastle that a Scottish-based railway company could get the rights to use? Welcome to my Transport Fever 2 series, Northumbria, where I'm attempting to recreate a real-world, long-abandoned railway branch line in northern England. G'day, I'm Stephen Spry, and welcome back to Northumbria. And the competition between opposing railway companies was extremely fierce at this time. Last episode, in April 1858, the Blyantine Railway branch into Morpeth opened. But since the B&T could not get any rights to use the existing NER station, they had to build their own separate one. The NER had the main route north from Newcastle sewn up and just did not want to share. Meanwhile, the Scottish-based NBR, or North British Railway, was looking for its own route into Newcastle from Scotland, and they were looking at a potential route that was partially approved 4 years earlier in 1854. And in December 1855, construction began on Stage 1 of the Border Counties Railway at Hexham, some 20 miles west of Newcastle, and headed up the North Tyne Valley to Bellingham. But the bridge across the River Tyne presented quite a few problems, such that the first 4-mile section was not opened until April 1858. But once the BCR did open, it led to thoughts of developing the Wansbeck Railway between Reedsmouth and Morpeth. And the North British Railway, or NBR, could use this to link into the friendlier Blyantine Railway network and get access to the North Sea wharves and on into Newcastle. Whoa! This new line was approved in August 1859, and in the same month, approval was also given for Stage 2 of the BCR to extend it north from Bellingham to join the NBR Waverley route into Edinburgh. Finally, an NBR route from Scotland to Newcastle over friendly rails was now very possible. And you can see from this image why it was so important to them, and how far the NBR had grown by 1865, with our little portion of their world tucked down over here on the right. So I better get cracking on constructing the Wannie line. I've got to get this new line built westwards from Morpeth and opened as far as Scotsgap by the 23rd of July 1862. Now, the authorising act for the Wannie line allowed for 2 possible Morpeth connections. They could come in from the west here at either the existing NER platforms at Morpeth, or they could come into the B&T platforms. However, since the NBR had a controlling interest in the Wansbeck Railway, there was a lack of enthusiasm from the NER about using these platforms here. So the Wannie line directors decided to use the B&T platforms. So that's where we'll start building this new line, where the trains running on it will be worked by the NBR. So we've already built a couple of bridges to get things operating, to get things started. I've also got another Spitzkehrer in here. I've called it Wannie Junction, so that we don't get in the way of the existing B&T trains. So let's go. Let's happen. Right. Okay, we'll come from here. No, we won't. What happened? You missed it. Great start, Stephen. I know. Really good start. Okay, might just drop you down a fraz. And then curve it around into there. And perhaps just a bit of smoothage to tidy that up. So the problem with this idea of coming in from Scotsgap around here was that you come in forward to the Wannie junction and then you had to reverse into the B&T platforms. And then you come out forward and you had to reverse all the way up the line. Oh, poo. Ah, well, there wasn't any turntable around here, so that's the way it is, baby. Right. Continue building, please, Stephen. Right, fine. Where's the... there it is. Okay. Now, you might remember that I did have the route planned out a little bit with some narrow dirt roads. Well, just to make it easier, I've now removed all of them. So we don't want to see me deleting stuff. That's not very entertaining. Instead, we're just going to start moving, heading west. So let's go. And the simplest way of doing this, to get these bends, this wasn't simple. Yeah, I know, but it's just put in a bit of straight, yep, and then hopefully you can crowfly that. Not quite. Well, bring this up a bit further, and then crowfly it. And there you go. Perfect. So let's just keep doing that, shall we? Sure. Bit more straight. Track remaining 2 Oh, you've got that mod activated, have you? I do. And I have a service that's delivering track from Newcastle to Morpeth. Hopefully I don't run out, but there's 500 metres gone. I don't know how that worked. It was 280. Well, if you run out, you're going to have to buy some, aren't you? I suppose I am. Fair enough. Just keep plugging on. That's working out quite well. Well, it is until I get to this point. What happens here? Middleton. Middleton happens here. As you can see from this diagram, we've got a passing loop that starts right over on the eastern side near the quarry and scoots all the way along there. Okay. Okay, Middleton Station. Small, very small, one track, spin you, and you're colliding with a fence. Lovely. Alright, we'll get rid of the fence. That's easy done. By fence. Get rid of it down there too. Can always be rebuilt. Okay, Middleton Station. That's a bit big for Middleton, isn't it? Yeah, well, that's the smallest one I can do from scratch, so we'll put you in to start with. That angle will do, will it? Okay, just a little fraz. Okay, let's configure this. Tracks. Hit the track button and you'll get them all. There we go. 1, 2, and cargo shed platform. 1. It's really only a 1 platform thing here. Okay. So configure that and delete that, and that. Okay, and put a small main building. Bit big. Is there a smaller building? How about that? That'll do. Okay. Track. Ooh. Is this going to work? I don't think it is. Oh, poo. Well, you've got to put 2 lots of track there. Alright, well, I'll do it this way. Put a nice level bit there. Yep. Join that up. Okay. Join that up. Yep. And then put the second one in. And hopefully there isn't any bridge collision. Nice. Except for that. Shh. Okay. You don't want that, do you? No, don't need those bits of station track poking out there. Right. Back to track. Back to you. Nice straight piece of track coming through here. I'm not liking that bend. No, me neither. What can you do about that? Well, it's going up far too much. We'll drop it. Not that much. Okay. Yeah, I think my elevations are a bit too wonky here. Well, come back further. Okay. 100 and... no. What height are we? 121. Okay, that'll work. Not enough standard track. It won't work. You're going to have to buy some. Gee, thanks. Okay, how many? 1, 2, 3, $4 million buys me 2 kilometres of track. You've got the money, don't complain. I won't. This looks a bit dodgy. Yeah, well, we shall fix that. We'll come back and dress this up again properly with the better looking fence once we've smoothed it all, hey? Because it's going to need a tad smoothing through there. Oh yeah, yep. Can you smooth with the fence down? I think so. Didn't upset it? No. Okay, back to track. Get it happening into Scotsgap. Fine. Bit there. Nice and level. Yep. And then wang it around. Well, there's no wanging needed. It fits fine. Okay. Wang it around here then. Fence is in the way. Oh, bugger the fence. I didn't quite make this right of way wide enough by the looks of it. Oh, it's fine. You'll get there. Just remember what your angle is for the next bit. Yeah, I suppose so. It's alright, just make sure you point it in the right direction for the next bit, which is over there. That looks fine, except for the stone bridge that's needed there. Okay, looking good. Going to need more track. I'll go away with you. Well, you wanted to try the rail and track industry, Mod. And there's your problem. You're not delivering enough track from Newcastle. Shh. Damn it. Never mind. Okay, you can come into here. There's a thing there, is there? Yeah, I've got one of my fancy AI interrupters happening right there to stop the AI taking over. Roger. And we're at Scotsgap. So we've got two different plans to play with here at Scotsgap. The first is a very early one, which I can't really work out what the hell I'm supposed to do there. So I'm going to base my final track layout here on this 1892 map with a little bit of tweaking. That's what was here with all the original dirt roads. So, okay, let's just kill all of this, shall we? Sure. Bye-bye. Bye. I might just leave that one there for now. Alright. Okay. Station building. 120 metres. Spin you, please. You're in the wrong spot. Get the angle right. Okay, now the station itself was about there. I think you should have unspun that. That doesn't look quite right. That looks better. It does, doesn't it? All right. So station. Yep. Now configure you with a lot of track, so two sidings, and get rid of how far up can you go here? I think I could probably do all of that and then curl it. No. Okay, got to get rid of that. In the way now. And go back to configure. Okay, there was a freight platform here. And here. Okay, platforms. Yeah, Mr. Cargo Shed is a good one to put here. Yep. And then a basic platform there with a bigger one. Yeah, okay. Back to plain cargo. Oh, they're going to need steps, aren't they? They do, don't they? Or else they don't connect to any road that isn't there yet. Okay, road, country road, it'll be a dirt road. Whiz it along here. Just up to there. While you're plonking in roads, you need something here. Is that connecting? Yes. Except we went too far. Okay. That's too close. That's not going to work. I think you've got the guts of it done there. Good-o. Now, what else have you got to do? Alright, let's get rid of you for a second and join that up to the main line. The main line is now in. Now, there was a head shunt that came up here, but it's not right next to that one. It's at least that distance away. So we would come along a little ways and then into the head shunt, and this would come into the head shunt, and this would come there. Oh, very nice. So we've got a dead end bay here, and somehow you've got to get some points and so on happening through there. That's going to be fun. No, easy peasy. Just delete that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And now you've got plenty. Ooh, that's very short. Yes, never mind. It'll have to do. Okay, you will continue along, and you come from there and join up there. And you join up there. And you have to run into this one. What? Nice. Alright, what happens over this side? Well, eventually the lines will continue off to the west over here. But right now, we'll just take you there, whoops, and you out to there. We've got to get across from here over to here, and then we've got to get up to the turntable. That's not working very well. Okay, well, the turntable doesn't go in for a while. What is needed, however, is a depot, because we need to buy some trains to send them back down this line. So let's just put that in instead for now. Pretend. Okay, go. Yep, drag into there. Lovely. Alright, kill that, kill that, kill that, kill that, kill that. And that's possibly how Scotsgap might have looked, except for. Okay, now, the interesting thing is that freight, well, over here somewhere was Wallington Hall, and Sir Walter Trevelyan, who was the owner of Wallington Hall, he was one of the driving forces behind the construction of the Wansbeck Railway, because he saw the benefits of getting his freight from Scotsgap here all the way over into Morpeth and on into the rest of Northumberland and down into Newcastle. So freight needs to be handled here. Okay, you've got a freight station there. Does that connect to the station? Well, it does, but seriously, that's cheating. Well, for in-game purposes, it would be fine. No. No. It's just horribly inappropriate. Era A, gravel A, platforms none. How long do you want to make it? 30 metres. Okay. It's not working. Well, it is if I do that. That's a bit dodgy, so let's try it better. Okay, so that platform should connect to all of that, yes. Railway station comes up into town a little way, into the industrial area. Wonder if that's enough to get passengers. Oh, yes, might have to put, what's his? A thingy. Yeah, buses, that's them. Well, Middleton doesn't connect to anything, it's too far away, so how are the people going to get to Middleton station? That's a good point. Probably by road. You don't want to give me any fingers, do you? Why do you not want to give me any fingers? You're annoying. Well, you can fix that. Just configure it with some steps there. See? It now connects. Well, it will once you put a level crossing in. Okay. Now I know you've got a freight platform, but perhaps one should configure some steps to connect it to the road, and you're going to need a truck station. We'll make it a bit smaller and we'll spin it that away. Okay, that didn't work out very well. No, we've got a lot of grass showing through there, haven't we? Yeah, I wonder what happened. Don't know, but let's get rid of it. That works. Okay, so Middleton will also need a bus service for the game to work properly to get passengers happening. We'll do that later. I don't want that. Okay. Let's plunk a train on this, Stephen. Let's get a passenger service happening. Woohoo. Alright, you've got no signals. I don't want signals yet. Okie dokie. You know what you haven't got? You haven't got a method to get over from the yard onto the main line. Well, believe it or not, they didn't have one for whiles, quite a few years. So I'm going to have to put one in there because it would look stupid without it. And you don't really have a head shunt up. Oh, shut up. Yes, I do now. I can come in off there onto that and back up and fiddle. So that's fine. Stop picking on me. Okay, let's see what trains we have available, please. Let's buy a vehicle. Steam. Oh, we've got the Borsig now in 1862. No, thank you. We'll just stick with our 060. And passenger. We'll just stick with the ones we already had, shall we? Four-wheel early, third class. Yes, one of them. Two of them? No, one of them. Look, the NBR ran the stock on this, and well, I'm sure the train would have been well received by the people, but for all game purposes, I think that'll do us for our first train. And don't forget, no flip-flop. You're right. We have to keep it going in the same direction, so that means the fake wagon add, thank you, force reverse is needed by add. Oh, new line. Sorry about that. Okay, we're going to go from Scotsgap. Beautiful. Along here into Middleton. All the way along down here onto the Wannie junction. Change the colour so we can see it a bit better, please. And then we're going to reverse from Wannie junction back to B&T Morpeth. What happened? There, thank you. Now, the B&T at Morpeth only had one platform for passengers. For game purposes, I've added another one. Otherwise, our B&T passenger train can't work, which is no good. Alright, after B&T Morpeth, we come back out to Wannie Junction. There. And then we're going to be reversing all the way up the line to Middleton, on back into Scotsgap. Now, I don't need to do that because that was our starting point. What is that? Oh, it's sitting there waiting for us already. Cool. All right. No path. Well, of course you have a path. What do you mean you don't have a path, you silly person? Manage the line. This is line 38. I'm going to call it the Wannie Wanderer. Why not? Okay, Wannie Wanderer. 19-minute round trip, huh? Right. No path? Yes, path? Yes, path. Stop path. Did you put signals up the other end of this? Otherwise, you're going to present a problem. No, I didn't. Look. Needs a signal here. Because if I don't put a signal here, the cross traffic here is going to upset my train. Or I might upset them, I'm not quite sure. Where to go? Here we are. Back at Scotsgap. It's July 23, 1862, and the station is now officially opened. We have our first passenger train has arrived and is now departing. Scotsgap? Oh, you could have done that. I'll do that later. You don't want to see me do that. And we're now heading up the line back to Morpeth. So there we go. Step one of our actual reconstruction. Step one. Well, all the other stuff, you know, that was just needed to get this happening. But it's 1862. We've got the line in from Morpeth to Scotsgap. Things are happening. Back it up a little bit. Let's. No, don't look at smokestacks. There, that's nicer. That's not. Fair enough. And there we go. Up a fraz. Back a fraz. And here we go. train through the Northumbrian countryside. Nice work, Stephen. Finally got it happening. Well, what do you think of that? Did you like it? Tick the like button. If you want to subscribe, please do so, and tick the bell so that I can tell you when the next videos are happening. I am so enjoying working on Northumbria. It looks beautiful. Who knows, maybe one day I'll get out to have a little look at this part of England. Certainly a lot of history to explore. Let's come down a phrase. Oh, hello, train. Not a very big train. 12 passengers. Yeah, it could be longer. Yes, I could be longer, but just for cab ride purposes, no. We'll just stick with this rather short little train for now. Eh? Popping into Middleton, where we don't expect to find anybody waiting. Alright, that's where I'm going to leave it for the commentary. We're going to stick with this fella all the rest of the way into Morpeth, into the B&T platform. And, whew, that was fun. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Next episode, well, we've got to extend the Wannie line a little bit further to the west to Reedsmouth. Hook it up with the Border Counties Railway that I was talking about right at the start of the episode, and put some freight services on this line. Get a bit of freight action happening as well. Sir Walter Trevelyan has been, outlaid a fair bit of money for this, and, he wants a bit of return on that investment, so he wants some of his produce shipped from Wallington Hall. Yes, Sir Walter. It will happening. It will happening. Yeah, it will happen. And until then, well, you know who I am. I'm Stephen Spry. And it's hooroo from me. Bye now. moment we're pulling into Wannie Junction, there might be a bit of a wait here. I think because I don't see the B&T passenger train, which means he's going to be up here. Yeah, there he is coming through the trees. So we've got to get him out of that section of the line first, before this fella can go back. Never mind. Bit of fun watching some switching and waiting. And look at that. The Wannie Wanderer has the clearance to chuff off back into the B&T platform at Morpeth. Okay, well that's it. Definitely I'm out of here now. Hooroo.